Okay, hello and welcome to this RSA training video. I am Anna Hudson, Member Services Supervisor for RSA, and we're joined today by Dan Bostrom, Rails Member Engagement Manager. So thank you for joining us, Dan, and take it away.
Thanks, Anna. Today's presentation is 10 ways Rails can help your library, and a lot of this stuff might be things that your library is already doing. I'm excited to share just a couple things that you might want to consider. If you're already doing them, great. If not, get in touch, check out railslibraries.info. My goal here is really that you just get one takeaway, that you have one thing that you can do for your library to make your library better, to improve your library in some way. So let's jump into it. So the biggest question I get from a lot of libraries who are in RSA is, what is the difference between Rails and the Resource Sharing Alliance? Well, the biggest thing that I tell them is all Resource Sharing Alliance members are Rails members, but not all Rails members are Resource Sharing Alliance members. So that means that there's a really big world of Rails members out there. There are about 1,300 libraries in Rails, and we serve everything from schools to public libraries to academic libraries to special libraries. There's a big difference between a lot of the different libraries, so we have to kind of meet them where they are. So one thing you want to remember about the Resource Sharing Alliance is it's your catalog. It's where you go for reports and to see all of your interlibrary loan. Rails is more the delivery side of things. So we are the blue bins that come, every day or a couple days a week for some of you. But we also have a lot more to share, and that's what I'll be talking about today. This is just a map that shows a little bit of the Rails service area. So if you look, everything in green there is that's the RSA service area. So all the Resource Sharing Alliance members. Everything in blue up in the northern part of the state is Prairie Cat, and then you can see that there's Swan in purple in the suburbs, and then northern suburbs you have CCS. So this is just a little bit of what our community looks like. Again, we serve all different types of libraries. There's a lot of different unique geographical variations in there, but we're excited because we get a chance to see what those different communities are like. We get a chance to be a part of those communities in a very small way. So let's talk about what we can do for you. I'm going to start. The first one we've touched on it a little bit is interlibrary loan. So interlibrary loan is your gateway to a world of tons of different materials, and Rails helps facilitate that through the delivery service. We have 5 hubs in the state of Illinois, and for many of you, you receive delivery out of the East Peoria location. A lot of you are only doing interlibrary loan through RSA. Your requests are handled through RSA software, and then we pick them up in the Rails trucks. Some of you might be doing OCLC, but I also want you to know that there are other ways to do interlibrary loan as well. You can borrow any book from any public library or any library in the state of Illinois, and it will be delivered to you for free. I'll repeat that. You can borrow any book from any library in the state of Illinois, and it will be delivered to you for free. That is part of being a Rails member, and that is the contract that we have with you as an individual library. If you want to know more about how to do interlibrary loan outside of like RSA or other shared catalogs, you can look at the Rails website. We have an interlibrary loan page, which includes a video talking about using the American Library Association's interlibrary loan request form, which is pretty widely accepted from libraries within our community. You could also find out more about resources such as Find More Illinois, which is one of our ILL facilitation tools that works a little bit like OCLC. But I'm not going to go into too much details. If you want to know more about the delivery side of things, we also have training videos on our website, which talk about things like preparing materials for delivery, ordering delivery slips. So you can check that out. It's railslibraries.info, and then look for the delivery side. Another way that we help libraries is through continuing education. Rails typically offers about 2 webinars per month, and then typically 1 workshop. And we try to move around those workshops as much as we can. Everything we offer is either low cost or no cost. If there is a cost, typically it's like $25 for the cost of materials or catering or something else like that. But just know that we also try to archive as much of the materials that we do as possible. So we have an archive of around 150 webinars on a wide variety of topics, such as collection development, leadership topics, technical services, youth services, and many others. A couple upcoming titles, just to show you a little bit of the variety that we offer: Assessment of Technical Services, Introduction to Google Data Studio, Facts Tell, Stories Sell, Marketing Your Library's Message. And those last two are related to our My Library Is campaign, which you can find out again from the Rails website. Save money. So your Rails membership entitles you to discounts and group purchasing. So if you've ever heard of companies like Demco, EBSCO, World Bank, the Library Store, these are all vendors that Rails works with. As an entity representing a lot of different libraries, we can negotiate better prices for our libraries just through our sheer size. And in some cases, we do group purchasing where we'll purchase a large a large purchase of materials or services, and then we will build the library individual. This is just economy of scale. We're helping bring down costs for libraries. If you want to know more, you can go to our deals page on the Rails website, which is railslibraries.info/deals. And then also, if you're looking to save money, another way that we help you is through our free for sale wanted page. And this is sort of like Craigslist for libraries. It's a way in which libraries can offer items that they have either for sale or they're trying to get rid of for free. And you can, as a library, you can also request materials that other libraries are trying to get rid of. So any library can put an ad up there. It's free to do so, and the ad will stay up for as long as you need it to. Number 4 is just a reminder that Rails is a great place to connect with colleagues across Illinois. So as a Rails member, you're part of a community, and it's not just a community of libraries, it's also a community of librarians. So for example, we have 24 job and topic specific email lists. They range from things like youth services to technical services to interlibrary loan, any sort of topic about librarianship that you could possibly want. You can find an email list on it through the Rails website. We also have regional specific email lists. So there's a Peoria area email list, there's a Quincy area email list, there's a Moline area email list, and you can sign up for as many of those as you want or feel appropriate for your library. We also offer support for our networking groups. So we know that a lot of you meet informally or formally, on a regular basis to talk about the issues that are happening in your library. Support for networking groups includes things like we can offer you an email list, we can give you funding for a continuing education event through a grant. We can also offer you a listing on our networking group directory, which is on our homepage. In terms of what constitutes a networking group, really anything constitutes a networking group, as long as you are meeting and talking about library services or the things you're facing in your library. That's a networking group. So if you want to form one, based on your own interests or topic area, just get in touch with us. We'd be happy to help you out. So I mentioned grants, and I want to talk about this a little bit more because we also offer 2 different grants through Rails. So the one that I just mentioned is called the Continuing Education Grant, and that is again typically for groups of libraries that want to bring in a speaker. So for example, you choose a topic such as makerspaces and you want to bring in a speaker who will talk a little bit more about what's happening in makerspaces. We can help you pay for the speaker, we can help you find a venue, we can help you do promotion for the event, we can help you do registration for the event. We just ask that you open it up to a wide variety of Rails members so other Rails members can attend, and then we'll help you manage the event from our side of things. Another grant is called the My Library Is grant, and this is actually the successor to a grant that we had called the partnership grant. And the picture that you're seeing right now is from Marist High School in Chicago. They worked with the Blue Island Public Library to host a series of escape room events, and they applied for a grant. We helped them purchase the materials, and then we also helped them promote some of the events that they were having at the library. So this was a big win-win for Rails and for the libraries. And we're always looking for more of these things. So the My Library Is grant relates very closely to our My Library Is campaign. Again, that's our campaign to help libraries tell their story. So we're looking for ideas for libraries, how do you want to tell your story? Do you want to work with a marketing consultant on a promotional campaign? Do you want to purchase the advertising space? Do you want to promote a specific program or service that you think represents the community well? Do you want to produce a series of videos or infographics? We're looking for ideas like that. Libraries can apply either by themselves or with partner institutions, like the example I mentioned. And the deadline for that is Friday, November 21st. If you miss that, that's okay. We've got another deadline in the spring, which will be in April 2020. So look on the Rails website for more information. Again, it's called the My Library Is grant. Ebooks. So the great thing about ebooks is you're offering more resources for your patrons, and you don't have to move the walls of your library. So a lot of you are part of a shared collection of ebooks called eRead Illinois. That is a program which funds access to our platform, which is called Access 360 by Baker and Taylor. And what it is it's a collection of materials that we offer to libraries at a greatly reduced cost. So we do all the central purchasing through Rails. There's no need for wait times. There's no need for a significant amount of holds. We try to push those down as much as we can. We're working with Baker and Taylor right now to do some updates to the interface, and we're actually hoping that they'll do some updates for the app as well. If you're not a member of eRead Illinois and you're looking to find out more, you can just go to eReadIllinois.com and get information there. You can also look on the Rails website, and we have links to that as well. We have another type of ebook platform for libraries that I think you'll be interested in hearing about, and that's called BiblioBoard. There's actually two versions of BiblioBoard now. There's BiblioBoard, just the regular version, and then we also have BiblioBoard for schools, which is more age-appropriate materials, more books for youth, and research materials, things like that. The great thing about BiblioBoard, it's free for anyone. There's no membership fee. There's nothing you need to join to sign up. It's always available at library.biblioboard.com. And there's never any holds or wait times. So if you if you have Wi-Fi and a device and you want to access the collection right now, you can. There's unlimited synchronous usage, so I can be looking at an ebook in Quincy, you can be looking at an ebook in Chicago, and we can be reading it at the exact same time on two different devices. So it's a really cool thing, and we're very pleased to offer it. It's particularly great for things like book clubs or students or people who may not have a library card. You don't have to have a library card to access the collection. Again, it's always available, and you can learn more about how the collection is organized through the Rails website. Okay, so this is a picture of the Lake Villa District Library, and they just moved into a new building. The only reason that I know about that is because they went to the Rails website and they filled out a form that allowed them to upload a press release promoting their news about the new library, and it's very exciting. This is something that we offer to all libraries. This is not something that you really have to. It's something you can do very easily. You just fill out a form with news about things like if you receive a grant, if you have a keynote speaker come to speak to your library, if you have construction news, or there's something you're very proud of, you got an award or distinction or something like that. We have a page on our website called News from Libraries and Rails. And we're really hoping to promote this because we want to promote what's happening in your library. We want to get the word out. So when Lake Villa put that announcement in our News from Libraries and Rails form, We put it into our e-news. We also put it on our social media accounts, and then it also filtered automatically to the Rails homepage, so people can read about it if they just happen to be passing through the Rails website looking for more information. And then, libraries from across the state know about this news and are able to access this. So we think, rising tide lifts all boats. We hope, good news breeds more good news, and libraries doing good things is always great. It reflects well on us, and it reflects well on our member libraries. I want to thank a couple of libraries that have done this recently. The John Mosser Public Library in Abington put an announcement on there about a pug named Dory that they do. They do a story time with Dory, which is pretty amazing. And then I've also seen a couple of libraries announce, that they got new buildings or that they were able to raise some funds, to do an addition or renovation. And I always love seeing that because I think it's a really uplifting thing. So this description maybe isn't quite accurate. Never write a new policy or job description again, but we do have this great policy and procedure collection on our website. It's just basically a way that you don't have to rewrite the wheel. You don't have to, create, invent the wheel. So we have things like unintended children in the library policy, computer usage policy. There are whole board governance packages on that collection on the Rails website. So if you look for policy and procedure collection, you can find it. And if you have a great policy procedure collection or policy or procedure that you're proud of, help us by sharing it. Again, Rails is a community. The more you share, the better it's going to be, the better experience it's going to be for other libraries. Sometimes it's really useful for new libraries, for people who aren't familiar with the work of libraries and are, trying to get up to speed. So if you have something like that, please do add it. So the same goes for job descriptions. This is kind of fascinating how job descriptions change. As Anna mentioned, my title is Member Engagement Manager, and like 5 years ago, would Member Engagement Manager as a title have existed? I don't know. But we have examples of great new innovative job descriptions on our website. You can download those, you can adapt those to your own library. You can send those to your board if you have board members who are interested in seeing how jobs are changing, how the library roles within the library are changing. So use those and help us by building those as much as you can. So, the image that you're seeing right now is the Block Museum of Art on the campus of Northwestern University. And I put this image on there because they are part of Explore More Illinois. Explore More Illinois is our museum and cultural attraction app pass. And this is something that any library can be a part of. It's free to join, and it's really easy for your patrons to use. So all you need to do as a library is encourage your patrons to download the app. It will allow them, the app allows them to download discounts and passes directly to their phone that they can use at attractions across Illinois. So I'm just going to mention a few. There is the Discovery Center Museum in Rockford. There's the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum, Library and Museum in Springfield, which is part of Explore More. And then we also have, there's something called the Viking Ship in Geneva, which I didn't know about, but I'm very intrigued by it now. Again, 100% free for libraries and patrons. There's a lot of great attractions on there. If you're looking at this program, Explore More Illinois, and you're saying to yourself, shoot, there's not any attractions or art galleries or anything like that are in my area, that are close to me, help us identify those. If you know of these art galleries, historical society museums, or anything like that in your town that might be willing or interested to be part of Explore More Illinois, let us know. Get in contact with me or my colleagues, and we'll do the approach. We'll let them know, because when they have access to Explore More Illinois, they have access to 3 million public library cardholders that live within the Rails service area. So that's a big bonus. Finally, we have our jobs board, and our jobs board is one of the most popular pages on our website. 2/3 of all traffic ends up on this page, or all traffic that goes to our domain ends on this page. It's free for you to post a job site, a job. It's free for people to look. Jobs stay up there for 2 months or however long you need it. We think it's a great way to get the word out about these jobs and basically to give you the best opportunity to find a candidate who's going to make a difference for your library. So we're always excited about how popular this is, and we hope to keep that going. So, let us know if there's any job descriptions or anything that you're ever interested in. Okay, so that is basically it for me. I really appreciate everyone coming, and Anna, thank you for the opportunity to present today. If you ever have any questions, get in touch.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. I am going to pull up one last slide, and this is just a slide of our contact info and Dan's. So if you, pardon me. If you do have any questions about Dan's presentation, you can reach him at dan.bostrom@railslibraries.info. And then below that on the slide, I've included our RSA contacts. The one at the bottom is the most important. If you have any questions, please email our help desk. Thank you again for watching, and thank you again, Dan, for joining us.
Thanks.